finally means coming to an end.
Vocabulary refers to knowing the meaning of words and is critical to successful reading comprehension. Building vocabulary involves teaching your learner how to figure out the meaning of words while reading. It also requires selecting and studying the meanings of individual words and parts of words. It's important to relate these vocabulary words to learners' current and prior experiences to help cement them in their word bank.
Here is the word karmic.
For direct instruction of general vocabulary, you might decide to teach several new words each week. When deciding which words to select from texts to pre-teach to your learner, keep in mind the following types of words that are particularly useful and can include words in the news, difficult or unfamiliar words, signal words, words not well defined by context, words that reinforce word learning strategies, prefixes and suffixes, compound words, high-frequency words.
Hi, I am at the library and I am getting ready for my next lesson with the fabulous learner, Janine. We have a really good time together. And something important is preparing for a lesson before it actually happens. I'm selecting words that I would like to pre-teach to Janine before we read a story together. So words that you pre-teach are words that you select from a text, and that way you can focus on them and learn the meaning of them and make sure that they make sense to your student, because it really boosts reading comprehension if a learner has had a chance to really interact with and learn words that she's going to encounter in the text. Janine and I have been very focused on vocabulary development, and the reason for that is the larger your vocabulary, the better your reading comprehension. Every word that you know refers to a whole world of ideas. And so the more words that you and your learner specifically and explicitly learn together, the more successful your learner will be at reading. And reading comprehension as a critical piece of that. There are several types of words that you want to pre-teach. You know, there are so many words on the page. The question is, which ones are going to give you the most bang for the buck as far as time spent on them that will really lend themselves to better understanding of a text. So I want to give you some ideas about words that really can make a difference in your learner's vocabulary. I'll be looking for words that we have practiced before in other lessons. It takes multiple exposure in a variety of types of text for a person to really own a word. And so I'm always on the lookout for words that we've already practiced, to throw those in and to really help bolster Janine's memory of what those words mean. Another type of word that I'm interested in finding is called a signal word. And signal words are very powerful words. They're words like while, consequently, lastly, words that really set apart text because they tell you to pay attention. They tell you that something is about to happen. When you see the word but, B-U-T, it means that you're going to switch around, that something different is going to happen. And so signal words help a learner know to pay extra attention, that there's going to be a twist or a turn or some sort of highlighted meaning that they should pay attention to. So we're going to be looking for words that we've studied, that we've practiced. We're going to be looking for signal words. And we're also going to be looking for words in the text that are not necessarily explained that well contextually. And what I mean by that is maybe there's a word that you kind of really can't figure out using clues from the text that come before it or after it or in the same paragraph. Words that you can't really guess by putting clues together in the text. And that will really help comprehension quite a bit as well. Another type of word that we're looking for are words in the news, or words that will really help Janine understand more content in more contexts in the world. And so very specific, maybe geographical terms, scientific terms, words that come from social studies. Those open up new worlds to a learner as far as things that you know about. It can also be, this type of word can also be important for learners who are interested in passing the GED or who have specific content knowledge kind of tests that they need to pass in their world outside of tutoring. So we're trying to bridge these worlds together all the time. Another type of word that you want to be on the lookout for are words that are simply especially difficult, that may be unfamiliar to your learner, that are new words to be learned. I'm going to be looking for words that will help with some of the word analysis strategies that Janine and I have worked on. What I mean by that is, for example, if we've worked on a particular suffix or a particular prefix, then I want to reinforce that decoding strategy in new words that Janine encounters. So I'm going to select words that have patterns that we have studied previously. That's a chance for Janine to really connect. Another type of word we're going to be looking for are words that are high frequency, specifically for your learner. So if words come up again and again in your students' home life or from their work life, those are fabulous words to recognize and to know the meaning of, so that when your learner leaves tutoring and goes out into their everyday lives, that word appears again and again. And it's a great way to practice words, but also to find words that are relevant to what your learner needs in the everyday world.
Teaching learners the meaning of unfamiliar words in a text before asking them to read it not only builds their learners' vocabulary, it also boosts their comprehension of the reading material. Developing background knowledge and a strong vocabulary is key to reading well. For this reason, it's important to explicitly and regularly focus on vocabulary development with your learner.